Hello guys. So now let's talk about the Lab2, task 2. In this task, you need to let the user enter its employee name, hourly pay, hours worked, and select the parking type. Finally, it will calculate the gross pay and tax, parking fee, and the final net pay. So let's do it one by one. So there are some order you need to do. First of all, you need to check if the radio button has been selected and if the user entered something in the text box or not. So in here, you need to double check if the user entered his or her employee name, hour pay, hours worked, and make sure the user select the parking type. Secondly, you can use user's hourly pay and hour worked to calculate his or her gross pay. So there are two conditions. If the hour worked is less than 40 hours, and if the hour worked is equal to or more than 40 hours, you can use two kinds of formula to calculate its gross pay. And then you can calculate the tax by using gross pay times 25%. After that, you need to calculate his or her parking fee. According to the hour pay the user typed, there are different kinds of the parking fee you may choose. For your convenience, I create a table so you can easily see which parking fee the user needs to pay. Finally, you need to calculate the net pay, which is the final pay of the users. So you can use 15% times gross pay minus parking. 70% times gross pay is the user's gross pay with tax. Now let's try to run this code. If I do nothing but just click the calculate button, so the system let us to choose the parking type. Now I choose parking type is A, but I didn't enter any information. So the system let us to enter the information. But I didn't enter the hours pay. So let's try to enter the 19 and the 39. Because my hourly pay is less than 20, and I choose the parking type is A, so my parking fee should be 10. So here, the parking fee shows 10. And my hour works is 39, which is less than 40. So I use the first formula to calculate my gross pay. So now this is my final result. Tax is the current gross pay times 25%, which is my final result. Next one, I choose 21 as my hour pay and select parking type is B. Now my hourly pay is larger than 20, and I choose the parking type is B. So the parking fee should be 6. The parking is 6 here. And my hourly work is still 39, which is less than 40. So I still use the first formula. This is my final result. Then I type 41 as my hour works. Choose a non-parking type. Currently, my hourly pay is more than 20. So, and I choose a parking type is none. So there's no parking fee. The parking fee is 0. And because my hours worked is 41, which is larger than 40, so I need to use the second formula. So the hour, which is larger than 40, should be 1.5 times hourly pay. So that's all for the program. So let's talk about the if logic in this task. First of all, you need to check the radio button and text box so you can follow the similar structure as the task 1. In this task, you need to check the radio button first and then check the username and also other information such as the hourly pay and hour works. You should use at least 2 layers. Then you need to calculate its gross pay. After you finish to check the user's information, you can calculate its gross pay, tax, and net pay parking inside of this layer. Make sure it's a whole large if structure. So for this inside of the if logic, first of all, you need to calculate the gross pay. There are two kinds of conditions. So you can use simple if-else to calculate the gross pay. And then you can calculate the tax, which is the gross pay times 25%. So this is a simple calculation. You don't need to use the if. And for the parking, to use the parking type, you need to use a two layer of the if. First of all, you need to double check if the hourly pay is less than 20 hours or it is equal to or larger than 20 hours. So you can use the first layer to distinguish them. And then, for example, if the hourly pay is less than 20 hours, you can use this if logic to choose a different type of the parking fee. For example, if select A, so I can use a parking A, which is a 10. Else if select B, I can use the parking B, which is 4. Otherwise, the user must select the parking C, so which is parking C, and it's a none. And else means the user's hourly pay is larger or equal to 20. So I can use the second layer to make the if logic, which is similar as the previous one. Finally, when you get the gross pay and parking, you can get your net pay by calculating this formula. And that's all for this task.